Okay, so it's currently around 11 p.m. on the Monday evening or Monday night, and just wanted to start this vlog here because tomorrow morning obviously I want to wake up, check the charts, go with my normal morning routine with my trading, and without having to focus on filming an intro or filming what I'm actually going to do tomorrow. I thought I'd just cover that tonight, and then tomorrow morning I can get straight into the zone, ready to hopefully make some lovely profits. This week is going to be a bit different because last week I was away on holiday. I was in Slovenia, then I went to Goodwood, Festival of Speed, which is in England. When I came back from Goodwood, played some tennis and chilled for a day, and now we're back working. Working today on some 60 profit details, which is coming very soon hopefully. There's been a lot of setbacks and things that haven't gone as planned, behind the scenes, but we are working on correcting those to make sure when it does launch, it is going to be hopefully very, very seamless. So, if it was very easy and just simple, then it would be quite boring. And having challenges is always a good thing. Hopefully tomorrow we do get some trades or even one trade, swing or day trading obviously, because I'm currently doing an FTMO challenge and I don't really like spending too long on challenges. We're about break even at the moment, which again, it's fine, not in a loss, not in profit. We're on a slight amount of profit, but it's completely fine. The reason I obviously want to pass as quick as possible is because if you're trading on a demo account or a challenge phase, you're obviously taking trades, making profit, but getting £0 out of it. So I don't want to spend too much time on them, months and months and months, if I'm not getting paid anything. The best thing about it is obviously I take the same trades on my personal account and I take them on my swing account too. And I also share them in Telegram groups for the day trading account and the swing trading one, but all shared on my Telegram too. So any trades I take, you can take too if you follow the link in the description. So tomorrow what we need to do is, hopefully the weather is nice. Today it's just been pouring down rain the whole day, which hasn't been ideal. But obviously need to get some exercise in, a little walk to the shop. It's about 25-minute walk or 20-minute walk, depends how quick the pace is. Get some food, come back. That'll be after the trading though. So trade in the morning, see if there are any opportunities, update you guys on any potential opportunities. And as you guys know, I don't trade Mondays, so we're going to be obviously looking on Tuesday, and then we'll see what happens from there. If there is a trade, I'll show you the entry, the management and the closure of that trade. And yeah, that's all I really have to say for now. But before we actually do that, just want to say, if you are trading, make sure you only take the top setups, especially when taking a prop firm challenge. Right now, I could take a random setup. Oh, it looks pretty good. Got 2 confluences. What's the point? If you have a limited drawdown, take trades that are 5 out of 5 on your confluences, or however many you actually have. For me, I need to have a perfect setup to actually take, because I don't want to be risking any of that drawdown because it is so limited. So just be careful when you are thinking of trading on these challenge accounts. But I'll see you guys in the morning, hopefully with some nice profits. Okay guys, so as you see, there hasn't really been anything that I would have been interested in so far. We obviously had this break here, break of this area to the upside, and then a little retest in. But a wick like this is not ideal, even if we were looking to enter on the imbalance. So we're just going to take it slow from now. We're going to check out the different pairs for the swing positions right now on the 4-hour time frame. So we'll go along. Okay, no setup on there. And the best thing about my strategy is it is so simple that I can literally click through and see, okay, no setup, no setup, no setup, no setup, no setup. A lot of these could be setups in, quite a few hundred pips away, but obviously there's no setup at the moment. And as you see on all my different pairs, this one we didn't actually take because it became invalid. So we'll get rid of that. But yeah, not really any good opportunities presenting for themselves. As you see, this one here missed on GBP CAD by a matter of pips. And the last one here, again, no setups. So I can easily flick through and see just like that. That's how quick and easy it is for me to see if there are any setups present. And I feel like that is why my trading has been so successful over the past few years, because I only have to spend a minimal amount of time on the charts, and I won't enter if there aren't any setups. So even if there is 2 weeks, 3 weeks without the setup, I'm quite happy to just sit it out and wait for a good setup to present itself. Okay guys, so did like a breakdown yesterday in the swing group on Telegram, and I had a trade on USD CAD that was basically set an alert at near the entry and was looking to get into the trade. That trade is actually tagged in on TradingView, but not on my MT4. So it's gone up around 4 pips, 5 pips or so, which obviously isn't a great deal at the moment. It could still come back in to the entry, but you know, the likelihood of that happening is not 100%. So we might not even get tagged into this trade, even though it was pinpoint accurate on the TradingView. So that can be quite frustrating and annoying, especially as you see the trade, it's at the entry, or I wasn't even monitoring it. It obviously had a limit because I use limits when I was swing trading. But you know, what can we do? You have to accept that and kind of just move on, let it play out, see what happens. Maybe it will come back, maybe it won't. We just have to wait and see. But I'm going to check out the other pairs now, update the groups, and yeah, hopefully we either get tagged into this UCAD trade and it goes up to take profit, or we find maybe another potential opportunity on a different pair. But that is the thing for now, and I'll quickly flip the camera and show you the UCAD trade. So this was the setup. As you see, we're very close to entry still, so we could still get tagged into this setup. But I just want to show you that although it does look accurate, like a lot of people say, oh, they get sniper entries when they share their TradingView screenshots. But the fact is, you're most likely not getting tagged in on MT4, especially as this is a 4 hour, it's UCAD, it's not like a zero spread pair. So, you know, I don't have zero spread, so this trade obviously didn't get tagged in. There's always going to be a discrepancy between MT4 and TradingView that you kind of have to account for. So yeah. So we have now been tagged into the trade. Came down like I said it could do. Obviously there's not a likelihood that it would just go boom, but we are in the trade now, up a couple of pips. So yeah, hopefully we get a push all the way up there. Hopefully it happens over the next couple of days, but obviously there's no rush. There's no point being sad or being impatient if it doesn't happen. So we'll just let it play out. And yeah, I'm going to set an alert at this high here because I want to see price break this high. So I'm going to quickly set an alert there and then get back to work on 60 profit. Okay guys, so just sent out a trade to the group, a GU sell. And as you see, we went up, tagged us in, and now dropping into profit at around 7 pips at the moment. So hopefully that hits a nice 1 to 3. We also have USD CAD here. If we go back to the 4 hour, you'll see that high I mentioned yesterday when I was out actually got tagged into, and now we're coming back down. Usually if that was a day trade, I would have got out the trade, but this entry, if price breaks the low here at the entry, then that does mean the trade is invalid. So we'll see what happens today in New York session to see what we do with this trade. But main focus obviously at the moment is on my GU short, which is on the 15-minute time frame, my usual day trading style. So that's kind of the only update for now. Okay guys, so these are the 2 trades that we're currently running. As you see, we have here the GBP USD short position, and as you see on the trading view, that is the same position that I did just show you. And we're also running in that UCAD buy that I showed you yesterday, but currently overall running about 1.5% profit. So hopefully this trade can continue melting as it is currently. If I just show you quickly, this trade was sent before it happened, obviously, in the Telegram group. The setup I'm looking to take, also had a video breakdown yesterday actually for the members. But if we go back on the chart, you can see it's melting even further, up around 1.7% now overall. But obviously this trade is a 1 to 3. As you know, the only risk to reward that I actually use on my day trading is 1 to 3 risk to reward. So that is obviously the reason why I'm using it on this. So if it does hit take profit, it will be a 1 to 3, which is $3,000. so it'll make 3% profit on the account. We obviously need 10% to pass, as it is FTMO and not one of these new firms that has 8% or 6% targets. We have to make 10%, so it's usually 3 to 4 wins with 1% risk. That means that if the swing trade hits take profit, which is around a 2% trade, and this one will be up around 5% if they both hit target, and we'll be halfway there. So that also means that we then have a 5% buffer. I am not likely to lose 5 trades in a row to lose that 5% buffer. And especially as FTMO, for example, don't have a time limit. So it's once you get that buffer, it's very hard to lose the account. And it's kind of a case of when you're going to pass it and how long it's going to take you to pass it, whilst managing the trades you're taking to pass the account effectively. When you don't have that buffer and you go straight into drawdown, I feel like the challenges become 5-10 times harder, because your main aim is to get it back above break even, above that 100k, for example, on this account. But for this instance, we obviously got a 5% buffer, which means that we don't have to worry about losing one trade now and then without under the 100k if these trades hit take profit. Obviously, I'm speaking hypothetically, if the trades do hit take profit. If not, we will be under that 100k and it will be a bit more trickier, but let's not think about that. So last night did play some tennis and had some food, some nice food, and now just watching the golf. It is the Open currently, so let's hope Bryson DeChambeau brings it home. 2 in a row, that would just be amazing. F1 this weekend as well, gotta love it. You gotta love when Max Verstappen doesn't win. You gotta support Lewis Hamilton. As you guys know, the Lewis Hamilton helmet right there to support the boy. But yeah, this week would be perfect if both these trades hit take profit. We're up on the swing account, we're up on the day trading account, and up on the challenge account. That would be the main goal. So that's what we're going to hope for. So yeah, I'll catch you guys if anything happens with the trades. The trade's running absolutely beautifully right now. As you see, GU is falling down to the take profit, as we see here on the chart, melting down. And this current trade, we're up around just under 2% profit, but overall around 2.4%, which is very, very lovely. Okay guys, so the trade hasn't actually hit TP yet, but it is coming up to 6 PM and I never usually hold trades past this time, even if I've been in the trades all day. So we're going to close out. There we go, close out the trade. And if we look on the day now, you can see that it's at 2.1k, which is just over 2% on the account. We obviously still have that USD CAD trade running that we will just hold out, and we'll see what happens with that. If we just look, we are once again rejecting this level, so if this candle does close below that level, we will close out of that one too. But yeah, those are the trades done so far. 2% closed and just under 1% floating at the moment. Okay guys, so I'm just going to go through the setups that I actually took in this video, just to the people that want to see. I've shown you me filming the screen, but you can't actually see my thought process behind it and why I actually was looking to short GU and long UCAD. So if you know my trading, if you've seen my videos, you'll know that I just trade breaks of structure. So we obviously had this break of structure here. We had this high, failed to break the high, broke the low here, failed to break the high, and we just continued downwards like this. So this was again good signs that we are going to continue to the downside. We did obviously start consolidating in this area here, but this morning at around 7:30 we did actually break out this area, and like I said, when price breaks it usually retests, and that's when we get our entries. But this wasn't a valid entry for me. I would have liked to see something a little bit different. I'm not going to go into that, but that's not exactly what I wanted to see. But here it was a perfect push down that broke structure, so then we waited for price to come back up, and we had a limit here to then short price down. You'll notice here the trade wasn't very fast. The majority of my setups are an hour, 2 hours, maybe even 3 hours maximum, whereas this one did take quite a bit longer, as you can see, and I did end up closing out at around this area here for just over 2%. And the main reason for this was I don't hold trades past 6 PM, and this is basically because I don't want to be going into trades into the evening. The volume dies down usually, and I don't want to hold overnight, especially on my day trading account. It's just not something that I want to be doing. And for my testing, the percentage of trades that will actually be, take profit before the spread hour, and also the rollover, the same thing for swaps as well, it's not very high. Obviously this one did, and it did drop down to the take profit anyway, but yeah, that's besides the point. We have a plan, we have rules, we follow the rules. It makes it feel even better knowing that even though it won, I closed out early. That will probably be weird for some people to hear, because it's usually the opposite. They want to hold the trade even though they close out early, but their rule says to close out early because they missed out on the profit. But it kind of emphasizes to me that maybe I did break that rule and held to take profit. I then get rewarded for the breaking of the rules, which is not something that I actually want to happen. So I was quite happy, followed the plan perfectly on this trade, still made profit, and yeah, profit is profit. Then we move on to UCAD here. Again, another quite self-explanatory setup. We had the same sort of situation where we had this, you could say this area here is the consolidation. Obviously we failed here. You see the low marked here. We failed to have a body close below. Like I said, I only use bodies, so the window didn't close below. It's like perfect. It's going to go long. Obviously this is a 4-hour time frame for my swing strategy, so it's not something where we just buy in here. I have to wait quite a long time for a setup usually. Only get a couple of setups per month, but I'm completely fine with that. And when we actually broke out here, we were looking for a retest into the area. We got a retest, got a lovely entry on this wick, then price pushed up. Initially, we pushed up, failed to close above the high, came back down. Because we haven't broken the low, I'm still confident in this setup. Well, I was still confident in the setup. However, when we had this third attempt to actually break the high and it failed and closed below, that's when I just closed out. I think I made around 1% or around that, which is completely fine. And then price obviously did break up above again. So I closed out early on both trades, but it was because the plan said to do so. I had rules in place that told me to close out early, which means I'm completely okay with doing so. This could hit the take profit and it doesn't matter. So obviously going to journal both trades now, or tomorrow, because it is 9:30 now. I don't really want to be journaling and everything at night. I usually do it in the morning. When I'm fresh, I always perform better in the mornings. I don't know how it works. It's also quite good that I trade in the mornings too. I'm just a morning person. So those are the two setups. And if I just show you the FTMO book for the swing trading, you can see here that we started obviously at 0%, and now we're up around just over 6% profit on the swing trading. And you see we've had one losing month of 0.9%, but all the other months have been nice profits. People will say, oh, it's only 1 to 2% per month. That's not good. You can't live off that. But with large account sizes, you can live off this. Obviously, I'm not trading with huge capital in this account yet because I've only been trading it 4 or 5 months. But we're looking to scale. So if it does continue at 1 to 2% per month consistently, and 5 months in we've made 6%, I'm happy with that. An average of like just over 1% per month. It's good going. Let's say for example, I get funded with 400k. If I make 1 to 2% per month, let's say 1% to be conservative, that's 4k per month. And then if I put that into a personal account and that's growing by a couple of thousand every single month as well, the results can be massive even with 1% per month. If I'm trading with 800k, 1% is 8k per month. So that's why you need to see that the profits might not be large, but also the losses aren't large. So maybe I can afford to risk 2%. So then obviously the max drawdown monthly could be minus 1.6%, which again is not very high at all. And also the winning months will double in size too. That is something to look out for down the line. But as you see, just over 1% today and just under 1% for the month so far. And we have a nice equity curve here. So those are the trades. Filmed a lot of it live for you guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.